as typically happens when I try to do these videos, somebody down the road has decided they can have their radio on really, really loud with the doors and the windows wide open. So if you hear any noise, that's basically what it is. Now, unless you've been living on Mars, you can't have failed to have noticed that the coronavirus is impacting the whole of the world. And well, although I never thought I'd be doing a video like this, this is what I've found out so far from living in Spain. This is how it's affected us. Well, I believe I hinted in previous videos how Mary and I were planning to go to England, drive to England. Tomorrow, in fact, we were going. But now we can't obviously go because the whole of the country, Spain, is in shutdown. And what that actually means is that all non-essential shops will be shut. There's going to be no public gatherings. Supermarkets will remain open, although a lot of them have been stripped bare because of panic buying. And places like hospitals and chemists, pharmacies will be open as well. Yeah, it's oh, and I even noticed yesterday, although I can hear the bells, but probably on a automatic timer, but even the churches are shut. Now that's a very rare occurrence in Spain, but that's the gravity of the situation. Now, a car going past, you see, not allowed to drive anywhere. And I'm pretty sure that we, as in a camper van, we wouldn't get very far before we'd be turned back on the roads. And I've even heard that beaches are being shut now, and there are people that living in vans. I don't know how they're going to cope, because yeah, you'll be able to buy your fuel at this self-service petrol stations, but whether you're allowed to travel anywhere, I very much doubt it. So it's a pretty grave situation all round. I mean, even last night as we was watching television, in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, they kept saying that stay in your houses for the next 15 days, don't venture out. Now, I picked Marion up from the airport on Friday, we're now Sunday, and even coming down the motorway there were signs saying, you know, don't travel unless, if you're travelling, you know, isn't urgent, and don't just travel for the sake of it, stay indoors. I mean, these are all great precautions. It needs to be done to try and contain this thing, and I just wish that I now heard that France are doing it as well. So had we been trying to drive through Spain, I don't think we would have got very far anyway on the motorway before we were stopped. There's open borders in Europe, but I'm pretty sure that they're going to be stopping people entering and leaving the country, and you'd have the same trouble getting through France. At the moment, the ferry service is still operating, as is the Channel Tunnel. But having said that, had we managed to get through Spain and France, will they still be operating next week when we plan to use those facilities? I very much doubt it. So we've actually cancelled everything. So my sister's birthday, 70th, that we were going back for, that's going to be a non-starter. And I would imagine that the bars in England, I mean, I'm pretty sure England must adopt the same situation, because it's crazy to have all the countries in Europe, apart from the UK, not adopting this. Although UK is not in Europe anymore. So there's an anomaly. Yeah, no bars are open, no restaurants, nothing. You're just being told to stay in your houses, do not venture out. Yeah, it's pretty grim, pretty grim. But I have a question for you. If someone was unfortunate to die from this virus, then in Spain they're normally buried within 2 days, sometimes 1 day, but they're normally second day they're normally interned, maybe 3 days. Well, that particular person will be honoured by the family turning up for the funeral, but how will that happen? Because you're not going to have more than 100 people at any particular gathering, and if it's a family member, then somebody in that congregation has probably come into contact with them. And so they're going to spread it throughout the family if they are contagious. So I just wonder how this is going to work with funerals. What are your thoughts on this? Now, obviously, the videos I was going to make from us travelling through to England have all been put on hold. And there's going to be some good things on there. I mean, I found this great website that tells you the petrol prices throughout Europe, and it's quite good. You know, you can put in 20-mile radius of wherever you are or wherever you're going, and it will give you the cheapest fuel prices in that area, which is very handy when you're travelling long distances. And as a footnote, fuel prices have really come down this week. In my local garage, it's €1.04 per litre, and further over in Shatterva it's €1.03. So yeah, prices have really come down by about 10 cents a litre. That's good. Sup of coffee. So consequently, we're going to have no videos of our travelling, but I have already prepared 2 other videos, and the next one I upload is how you can incur €800 in fines just by travelling 300 metres from my house where I am now. And some of these things, I don't know why they're there, these particular restrictions, but they are. And you can see that in the next video, which I'll be uploading within the next day or 2. So look out for that one. If you don't want to miss any of these videos, then please consider subscribing and hit that icon button, because it's yeah, you won't miss any then. Anyway, it's a bit of a ramble this one, but I hope you're all safe and well. And if you're living in a van at the moment, it's going to be hard for the next couple of weeks, I'm sure. But yeah, be safe.